Mark, please tell me 3 facts about yourself.
One, I didn't choose to get into sales. I got into sales only because I couldn't afford car insurance. So I had to find a job that supplied me with a car. First job I could find that supplied me with a car was a sales job. That's how I wound up in sales. Second interesting fact, I actually got fired from my first 2 sales jobs. Yeah, I did. I got fired from my first 2 sales jobs. See, I really wasn't cut out to do sales. I just wanted a car. But you know what? I finally came around to it and I thoroughly love it. And that, I think, is the third piece. I'm passionately in love with sales. Why? Because it's the conversations like what you and I are having right now.
What do you think about the future of sales and marketing, Mark?
I think it's really bright. You know, a lot of people say sales is going to go away because artificial intelligence and all. I don't think so at all. I think sales and marketing, the future is bright because actually the two are really going to become one. Because this whole internet thing, it is kind of going to, it is going to stick around. It's making it, it's really becoming a big thing. So what does that mean? It means really marketing messages and all that sort of stuff and sales, it's merging into one. So I think the future of sales is very bright.
In your opinion, what is good sales and marketing?
Well, what is good sales and marketing is really when marketing is about creating the message, creating the education, creating the awareness, creating the brand equity. And sales is about helping you, the customer, identify the need. And many times the need that you have, you didn't even realize you had it. But because sales is about asking questions, sales is about probing, sales is about getting deeper into things. What does that mean? Sales truly is about taking this information that was given here by marketing and turning it into an outcome. I don't like to use the word benefit. I like to use the word outcome that the customer is going to be able to receive when they choose to do business with you.
What advice would you give to a 20-year-old yourself?
Here's one of the biggest pieces of advice I'm going to tell any 20-year-old, and I tell this to every 20-year-old I can find. First of all, be open to input from older people. Hello. Here's the whole thing. When I was 20, and when I was 25, even when I was 30, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew how I had my act together. So as a result, I didn't reach out to other people to help them influence and impact me. And as a result, I went through a lot of trial and error on my own that I would not have had to go through if I had been open to listening and receiving information from other people. Plus, the big thing is this: sales and business in life is about relationships. The more relationships you can create, the more ability you'll have to have really more opportunities. And again, what is sales? It's opportunities. Connect with other people, other more experienced people. Punch your way to a higher level. Never feel that there's a person that you should not be reaching out to.
In your opinion, what skill would be essential in order to succeed in the future?
I think it really is never being satisfied with what you know. There's a couple things you got to look at. And this, I think, is so critical right now in this world in which we live in. One is you really got to build yourself a base of integrity. And when you create integrity, you create trust and confidence in people, because people can choose to ignore you or they can choose to really embrace you. And it's the integrity and trust. So now with that as the foundation, then you've got to have this total, just passionate desire to be continually learning more. I read probably 40, 50 books a year easily. I'm always on the internet trying to learn something new, because that's the other key thing. Salespeople have to be always on the front end. But here's the whole thing. It's so easy to spend all your time just, let me just explore this. Let me just do this. Let me just do this. See, really the key, you gotta be disciplined. Salespeople, and think about this, successful people in business are incredibly disciplined. And what are they disciplined about? Their own time. You and I both have 24 hours today. It's really up to us to decide how we choose to use them, how we use those 24 hours.
What kind of concrete advice would you give to me to make my sales better tomorrow?
I think one of the concrete ideas is it is about connections. And just as we were talking about integrity and always learning and really discipline of your time, is the relationships. Now, something very interesting that I find, and I love asking salespeople this very specific question: how much time did you spend last week customer facing? When I mean customer facing, I mean actually in front of customer, whether it be on the phone, whether it be on video, whether it be in person, whether it be really writing or responding to an email. You know what's interesting? It really is not that high for the vast majority of salespeople, because they get caught up doing everything else. I'm never going to be able to create a connection. I'm never really going to be able to create the base from which a sale can be made unless I get out in front of people.
Would you have any last words to the audience?
Don't look at sales as a job. Don't look at sales as a profession. I think this is why I got fired from my first 2 sales jobs. I got fired from my first 2 sales jobs because I was really into them just because of the car. When I began to view sales as a lifestyle, when I mean lifestyle, what do I mean? It's people helping people. Because here's the whole thing. When you can have a conversation with somebody, and in the end, they may choose not to buy from you, and you can be upset, but you know what? If you created a relationship, if you created a foundation of integrity, confidence, and trust, it's amazing what happens long term. You see, one of the other big things that I tell salespeople: don't play the short game. Oh, I know you got to make the monthly numbers and the quarterly numbers, and I get that. But sales is a long game. View each relationship that you're creating, each customer that you're coming in contact with, as a long-term relation. What's the long-term value? To me, that's what sales is all about. It's people helping people.
Thanks, Mark. Let's wave to the viewers.